For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are sure. In the second reading from Hebrews, we read this. By faith, Abraham obeyed when God called him to go out to a land he was to receive as inheritance. And he went out. God promised to make him a great nation, bless him, and give him offspring as numerous as the dust. Indeed, Abraham became very wealthy in livestock, silver, gold, flocks. However, one crucial thing was missing. He still had no children to inherit his wealth. Inheritance can take various forms related to nations and families. An inheritance can cause family conflicts and division due to material assets. In the gospel of the last Sunday, we heard a man came to Jesus and asked him to make a judgment regarding a family issue, saying, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide our inheritance with me." And we remember the answer, the response Jesus gave him. In the parable of the tenants, Jesus identified himself as a victim of inheritance. When the tenants saw the son, they said to each other, "This is the heir. Come, let's kill him and take his inheritance." So the Jewish religious and political elites killed Jesus because he claimed to be the Son of God. It is important to consider not only the family aspects, but also the national aspect of inheritance. A country is bequeathed to all its inhabitants, including its arts, language, history, traditions, and all cultural values transmitted from one generation to another. Happy is the nation whose God is the Lord. Happy the people he has chosen to be his own. An inheritance is something that is not earned, but rather something received. Unfortunately, many people spend their time arguing about what they will receive without ever considering what they will leave for those who come after them. In Abraham's time, traditions held that when someone died without having children to inherit his property, the guardians of his property automatically became his heirs. Abraham expressed his concern, saying, "Lord, I have no child to inherit me. And you have given me many, many things and promised that I would have a child. But I continue to walk this world childless. It seems my servant will be my heir when I die." Having faith does not mean we cannot have concern or have question or express concerns. It is okay to bring our worries and burdens to God. This means we should come to him honestly and respectfully to express the troubles we have in our minds and hearts. As he says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He is willing to hear and respond. But notice, when men pray, God listens first and says, "Let me think about that." But when women pray, God answers right away. You know why is that? Because God knows that women tend to be impatient. When they won't receive the quick answers, they may keep bothering him. But Abraham, he answered Abraham and said, "Go out, look toward heaven, and count the stars if you can count them." Counting the stars is a spiritual exercise, like counting one's blessings, recognizing all the work God has done in one's life. But it takes time to finish counting them. By providing Abraham with a visible sign, God made it clear to us that what we see may not always make sense to us, but it makes sense to God. Imagine walking outside his tent at night in a city full of darkness. It can be a profound experience to walk in the dark and explore the vastness of the stars above. Even though the stars are far away, we can see the light. We can see the light shining in the middle of the night. In the dark reality of your life, you can still see the light of hope. Amid your struggles, you can hold on to the belief that something greater awaits you. Look toward heaven and count the stars. When you doubt and when things seem unclear, don't look down. Raise your head. When you lose sight of the point, look up. Keep your head up when you face challenges. The Lord is your shield and the lifter of your head. When Abraham focused on temporary things, God assured him of an imperishable and eternal spiritual thing, promising him both natural and spiritual descendants, because many will inherit his faith as well. Today, many men express similar anguish as Abraham when they long for a child to inherit and carry on their name. Those who are childless may feel isolated, but God does not want us to live in solitude and isolation. From the beginning, He created us to be His family on earth. He provided us with a church family to love and support one another. And all the children of the church should be seen as our own. A child is not made to inherit material wealth, but particularly moral and spiritual values from their parents. A parent's good reputation can positively influence a child's future, while a bad reputation will leave a negative legacy. To ensure our children look up to us, we must serve as their role models, because our behavior as parents significantly impacts our children's chances of success. It is said, if our parents leave us with peace of mind, honesty, dignity, and even just with a piece of bread, along with Christian values, good family relationships, and academic education, this is the most significant inheritance they can bestow upon us. These are treasures that will never perish. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Faith is a treasure. But we have this treasure in jars of clay, says Paul, to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not abandoned. Struck down, but not destroyed. Faith is a treasure. The faith of a parent or a grandparent can be a powerful legacy, for their children or their grandchildren. Paul wrote to Timothy to remind him that even in tears and anguish, he should be strengthened and filled with joy because of the legacy of these parents' faith. He said, remembering the sincere faith that is in you, which dwelt first in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and which I am persuaded is also in you. Grandparents, be aware that every time you come to church and bring your grandchildren with you, you are helping to raise them in faith, wisdom, and obedience. This is a tremendous legacy. When they will find themselves in difficult situations, they will remember grandma or grandpa and recognize that their success or salvation is due to their grandparents or parents who guide them in the right way. And God will bless you for it. In the gospel this morning, Jesus says, do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom. All that a person realizes, whether ordinary or extraordinary, can be summed up in one sheet of paper filled with praises and virtues that do not guarantee the kingdom. Jesus made us heirs of the kingdom of God. We live every single day with the certainty that our inheritance is safe. No one can take it from us. Since we have received the kingdom as our inheritance, we must work to leave a legacy. Reflect on all that you will leave behind. Everything you leave behind can be seen as vanity because you cannot take anything with you. As Father Tom said last week, the only thing you can take with you is your relationship with God and your neighbor. Consider what you will leave behind. For whom will you leave them? Is it for your child, your family members, the church, or perhaps the ungrateful? Let's strive to make our lives a legacy for the next generation. Let us pass on blessings, peace, hope to one another. Messiah is our church family. I encourage you to embrace it as our inheritance. For he has been here for 75 years. Let us create a legacy for future parishioners. As we walk the path of faith, the sky may seem far, but it is always open. The darkness may be overwhelming, but there are always stars to shine. Doubt can be there, but faith sets us free and aligns us with God. Like Abraham, we can find that the Lord is our shield, and our inheritance, like his, will be great.